Mass Movement in the spotlight.
All right, tonight we're so lucky to be joined by Rashida Jones and Will McCormack. How you guys doing?
Good, we're good. How are you?
I am excellent. I have to geek out with you real quickly, Rashida, because if I were to make a list of people I really want to interview, the number one person on that list would be your father, Quincy.
Well, I thought you were going to say me, so now I'm super disappointed. Well, let's just go find him then.
You're definitely up on the list, but I am such a music geek.
What am I, like 22, 21, 22 on the list?
You are actually 18.
Right. Yeah, okay, cool, okay.
Not too shabby. Top 20.
Listen, I'm happy to forfeit for my dad. There's nobody cooler, so I get it.
He is really cool. Like, I can't imagine growing up with someone like that. What was it like?
Well, I can't imagine not growing up with somebody like that because he was there all the time. But he's great. He's the most loving, wonderful, hilarious dude ever. And he's filled with advice and parables, and he's just the greatest.
Excellent. Well, that's good to know. If, the next time you're having a family dinner, just let him know there's a kid in Boston that is dying to talk to him.
I will for sure. He went to Berkeley School of Music. So if you ever see him, you mention that, he'll be in a full-blown conversation with you. So
good to know. Thank you for the advice. So I want to talk about your on-screen presence. Most of our listeners know you from Parks and Rec, and you got this new movie out that you guys have written. Tell me about that.
Rashida and I co-wrote this movie, Celeste Jesse Forever. It's a movie about a young couple who tries to get divorced while pursuing other relationships, and it's really a comedy about a broken heart and sort of enduring heartache, and can you survive it, and can you move on and grow. And it was our first screenplay we wrote together, and we're proud of it.
Did you date back in the day, and is that where this movie comes from?
We did date back in the day, but it was brief and wonderful. Love you. But yeah, I guess the nature of the dynamic of the relationship in the movie is very much like me and Will. But it's a little bit of a composite of lots of couples and friends that Will and I have seen in LA struggling with this in-between and figuring out how to navigate either the breakup, or should you get back together? Are you blowing it? What's your timing like? Just the practicality of actually being with the one that you love, or if you shouldn't be with the first one that you loved.
And there's a lot of personal experiences with your friends. Will, you play a drug dealer in that. Is that something from real life as well?
I am working as a drug dealer now in Los Angeles, so no. Skills felt like a guy that we knew, so it was sort of a combination of a couple different people, but it was a fun character to play because he's sort of this idiot who drops sometimes aphorisms and maxims, and you're like, is he an idiot or is he a genius? And you're like, no, he's an idiot.
You smoke a lot of weed. Are you actually, or is that some kind of weird Hollywood trick? Because you have a gigantic bong. I don't think I've ever seen one that large.
We should have named that bong. No, it's like an herbal blend. It tastes horrible. It tastes like burning flowers.
It's like the tobacco that they use on Mad Men, with all the smoking on Mad Men. Like they have herbal cigarettes.
Yeah.
It's like that.
It's
and
gross.
It's you don't want to rip huge bong hits from it, but we had to for the movie.
And the people going out to see this movie, do you recommend they rip huge bong hits before they check it out?
I can't really say on record, but wink wink, if that was something you were into, just you do you, is all I have to say about that.
Well, I want to thank you guys so much for joining us. Celeste and Jesse Forever is in theaters now. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
Thanks for having us.
Putting the world's biggest stars at your fingertips. The Mass Movement with Joe Bermudez. Join the movement now at massmovementradio.com.